No time for the intro today. We got to get right into it. Deshaun Watson took all the reps with the ones at Brown's training camp on Saturday, but it was Shedeur Sanders' scheduled day to take the reps with the ones. What happened? We don't know. We got to talk through it. We got to figure out what in the world is going on. So, to explain the situation, if you're unaware, Todd Monken, before practice started, said Shedeur Sanders was going to take the majority of the reps with the first team offense on Saturday. Saturday's practice came and went. Deshaun Watson took every single rep with the first team offense. Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders split up the rest of the second team reps between each other. Now, there's I think that this there's four reasons for this happening, none of which we know definitively, and I'll get to those in a couple moments. But I want to talk about Todd Monken real quick here, because if you wanted to switch it up, because we've been going Deshaun Shedeur with the first team all camp. If you wanted to switch it up, you can do that. That's your right. You're the head coach. You can do as you please. But just know you've invited all kinds of speculation for whatever reason, because you get out there pre-practice and say, this is Shedeur's day. He's going to get the reps with the first team. And then you come out and it's all Deshaun. I don't understand. I don't understand what what would make you do this, what the point of this is, because this is inviting nothing but people like me to come on the internet and question your motives. Question what in the world is going on behind the scenes. Um, I, we truly don't know what's going on. So there has to be a reason for this, because if there wasn't a reason, if you just wanted to continue the quarterback competition as scheduled, this is not something you would do. Or if it was, you would let us know ahead of time and give us a reason why, to avoid the speculation like I'm doing right now. If that's what you wanted, that's what you would have done. But the way this happened, there was a reason for this. And because after practice was over, Brown's spokesperson told the media that the reason Deshaun took the reps with the first team offense is because Todd wanted to see Deshaun with certain personnel groupings, and this was this was the decision that was made. And that's BS. That's BS, because it's Todd's literal job as the head coach, as the person in control of the offense, to know to he's telling everybody what personnel groupings are going to be out there on the field. So if he knew a certain personnel grouping was going to be out there on the field today, then he could have told the media at 12:30 Deshaun was going to be the one to take these reps. It's his literal job to know, to not even just to know, but to make the decision on on what practice is going to be, what plays you're going to run, what the personnel groupings are going to be. He absolutely knew all of this information and chose to do what he did. So let's get into the possibilities of what this could mean and break them down. Number one, Deshaun Watson will be your starter for the first preseason game next weekend against Chicago. If that's the case, this would be a weird way to go about it. This would be a weird way to get, I guess, a jump start on Deshaun with the first team heading into the first preseason game. If he was going to be this, like, I mean, we all kind of figured anyway he would start the first preseason game, just given how he was the first guy up pretty much all off season. Like the first time they did anything, he was pretty much the guy going first. So it wouldn't really be a shocker if Deshaun was going to be named the week one preseason starter. Um, but yet and still, you could like this possibility. I feel like doesn't hold that much weight, doesn't hold that much water because again, if you knew this, just tell us. There's no reason to keep this information hidden, a secret, to be cagey with it. Um, Especially in a fashion like this. Like all of these possibilities are going to go right back to this is going to cause people to speculate. This is going to cause news to be talked about. This is going to cause ruckus on the internet. I don't know why you would do this. Second possibility is that Deshaun Watson has just become the Cleveland Browns starter for week one of the regular season. And quarterback competition is over, and Deshaun won it. That's the second possibility. Now, we this one feels like the the best possibility. This one, looking at all the options, makes the most sense. I'm not saying I agree with the decision, but this one feels like it makes the most sense because there have been multiple people that have been at every camp every day, and the procedural issues when Shedeur's out there seem to be happening more frequently than when Deshaun is out there. And in every single interview Andrew Berry does, Todd Monken does, when people ask what they're looking for a starting quarterback, is gonna be the procedural stuff. We know what Shedeur can do after the ball is snapped, when he's throwing with accuracy, when he's throwing, making plays. We know what he can do. We all know what he can do, and we know that's what he does best. But given what people have reported that are at camp every day, the pre-snap stuff, like the pre-snap stuff, the procedural stuff that's happening before we get the ball snapped is not in Shedeur's favor. And it looks to be it's in Deshaun's favor. And at this point, they if that's the case, then Todd kind of has to make the decision like this. It has to go this way because if you look at the offense as a whole, if you can't get the snap off correctly, you can't be in there. So Todd has to make the decision for the whole first team offense because we got these guys, they have to get their reps too. At receiver, at lineman, at running back, everybody else has to get their work in too. So if you're messing it up before the plays get started, we can't have that. We have to practice as if we're playing a game every single day. And if Deshaun is the guy that allows them to do that, even if he's throwing incompletions, if he's throwing interceptions in practice, if he's the guy that allows them to actually execute the offense in practice like they want, then this decision, what he's done, makes sense in this way. I still don't understand why you would say to the media Shedeur is going to take those reps, but maybe in between that press availability and the starter practice, maybe there was one final straw, something done in pre-practice that set him off and had Deshaun go with the ones all day. Like something, something had seems like it had to happen in between that time frame. Um, and for a coach to go against what he said so aggressively like this makes me feel like he he hit his breaking point and he said, F it, Deshaun's getting the reps with the ones today. That like this makes the most sense to me. To me. Um and if what I'm describing is the reason, then I can't necessarily fault Todd Monken for making that decision. Because it's we, people like me, we get on here and we talk about the pre-snap stuff, going through progressions, playing clean, like that stuff as a quarterback in the NFL matters so much. It is right on equal footing with being able to throw an accurate pass, being able to throw in tight windows, being able to make spectacular plays downfield. All of that stuff is on the same level. So if you are above average making plays, throwing with accuracy, throwing the ball downfield, but you're below average before the snap, getting guys lined up, calling the plays right in the huddle. If you're below average at that, you are not going to get your opportunity to do the stuff you're above average at. And again, we don't know. We don't know what's being said in these film rooms. We don't know what's going on when they're in the huddle. We don't know any of these things. So I'm only able to talk about the information that is available to the public. And this feels like, given what we've seen and given the actions that the coaching staff and Todd Monken have made, given Deshaun these reps with the first team offense, that feels like they're telling us Shedeur is not doing the procedural things right. He's not getting the offense into the best situations that they can get into. Um, like there's no other way for me to read this. If this, if the what I'm describing is true, there's no other way for me to read it. But that was, possibility number two. Deshaun is going to be the starter. That's possibility number two. Possibility number three, Todd Monken did this today to motivate Shedeur Sanders. And I I guess you could say that there's no reason to do this. This would be really, really, like, not NFL head coach activity. Like this would be like this is like you're coaching a high schooler and trying to make, get your quarterback to perform better or motivate like this doesn't happen in the National Football League. So I can't imagine that he purposefully went out, told the media one thing in order to play a trick on one of his quarterbacks to make them play better. It just doesn't make sense. That doesn't sit right with me at all. And if that is the case, I'd be done and out on Todd Bunkin if that was the case. So I don't believe that could be true at all, but it's something, we might have to consider because I've seen people talking about it. But again, if he was to do something like this, I would be out because that is low level coaching. Honest to God, I would hate that. I would absolutely hate it. So I refuse to believe that that is a true possibility. And then the last thing is there a roster move coming? Does somebody jump in and offer the Browns an offer they couldn't refuse to trade Shedeur Sanders? At least as of recording Saturday night, that hasn't happened. Um, but is there a roster move coming? Are they moving off of Shedeur Sanders? And if that was the case, like he found out in between the time of the press conference versus practice starting, and if he's not going to be on the team, there's no reason to have him getting first team reps. There's no reason to waste that time. So might as well have Deshaun go with the ones. I I really don't know. We have to sit here and speculate because if Todd had just said, "Hey, Deshaun is going to take the first team reps today. I know it's different from what we've been doing, but internally, there's a reason that we want to see him work with the first team offense today versus any other day," then that's its own thing. That you're the head coach, it's your team, you can do what you want. That's cool. But the fact to come out here, say one thing and do it completely opposite of the way you said you were going to do it, and you give a like somebody in front office gives a BS reason for it, we have to come on here and speculate about it. We absolutely have to. So I don't know. Hopefully we get some resolution on Monday when there's more press availability. We probably won't. Well, we probably won't get any words or answers verbally about to give us any clarity on the situation, but hopefully we'll get it through practice. If Deshaun Watson continues to take first team reps the rest of the week, then you probably got your answer. Or if they come out, they could just come out and say, Deshaun Watson is going to be the starter for the first preseason game. We wanted to get a jump on next week, preparing for it. Then, maybe you should have said that on Saturday. But if you say it on Monday, try to walk it back, try to clean it up. Then, maybe we go about our business, and then, you know, we'll reevaluate the week after that to see if Shedeur starts the second game and he's getting the first team reps all week of that game. We'll see. We'll see. But until Monday, this is going to be talk all over Brown's Twitter, all over the internet, all over social media. Like this, Todd really gave us all kinds of ammunition to speculate on what's going on, and this is tiresome. This is tiresome because, damn it, this wide receiver room, Bond, Boston, Concepcion are going absolutely nuts. Harold Fannin are going absolutely nuts every day, catching passes, making plays, making spectacular looking play. Like they're doing so well. But we got to talk about the quarterbacks. We got to talk about the quarterbacks because we need to know who's throwing them the ball. Spencer Fano had a great day. Had a great day. Got into a fight with Jared Verse, held his own. I love seeing the toughness. I love seeing the toughness. That he's going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine. So I'm not worried about Spencer Fano in the least. We'll see what happens with the rest of the offensive line. We'll see how that comes together if everybody can get healthy at the same time. But we have to every day come back and talk about the quarterbacks. I didn't even plan on recording today, but I had to because of this craziness. So It is what it is, man. Let me know what you think about this situation in the comments. What do you think is the reason for this? What do you think is going to happen? Let me know. Thank you to all my new subscribers, all the new followers I'm getting on social media. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.